Hello and welcome. This is Henry Fales, Director of the Enterprise Federation Foundation. I'd like to take just a few minutes to talk about our proposal. We at the Enterprise Federation Foundation are excited about the future of the Enterprise EFF-1101 project. Our goal is to build a volunteer team that can accomplish the funding and oversight of many ambitious science projects related to the future spaceflight missions and improved long-term spaceflight technologies of the future. Where does the Enterprise EFF-1101 fit in? In our opinion, NASA and our government have just thrown up their hands and said, let the civilian market dictate the future of spaceflight. If this is the case, then what? What are our prospects looking like in the private sector? So far as I see it, the current thrust towards space is simply small spacecraft for short-duration joyrides. Although this is better than nothing at all, we can do so much better with the right focus. If there isn't a single-stage Earth-to-orbit spacecraft in our near future, we still need to work on the smaller things and/or vital sciences that will be necessary when we do have one. By working on these projects, we'll at least be further ahead in the game. So, would building a mock-up of a large spacecraft be a waste of money? The answer is not at all. This is exactly what we need, a hands-on tool for discoveries in a safe and controlled environment. Once we launch a spacecraft into orbit, or to Mars, or wherever it's headed, there is no do-overs, no fixing mistakes, and our growth in knowledge is sometimes lost when the pieces can't be recovered for study. The truth is that we just don't need to experience another Challenger-type mishap. If we were to have an actual, fully functional mock-up, then things like oxygen management can be studied safely and improved upon without endangering lives. This may sound like it has already been handled, but purifying the air in a spacecraft and or on a moon base, etc., with 200 people for a period of, let's say, 5 years, might be more of a challenge than you think. The biodomes of Arizona couldn't do it. How do we expect a spacecraft to do it? This is just one of the examples of the issues that still need to be ironed out with total confidence of success. So as we wave goodbye to the first Mars settlers and or the first trip to Neptune, etc., we can feel much more confident in their success. We still are a long ways from having the entire toolkit necessary for long-term space travel. So the question is, how do we get there? The truth is that volunteers are the true hope of future space exploration. We in the near future will not see funding for $1 million a year astronauts to fly to Mars or beyond by the hundreds. On the other hand, offer hundreds of volunteers enough money to survive while they're gone, and there will be a waiting list a mile long. So what it boils down to is that we have to fund the necessary research now for the future flights of tomorrow. The mock-up spacecraft needs to be engineered for real and be built to actually fly. When the actual technology allows us to power it and fly it, we then only need to install those new technologies in an already built spacecraft. Taking our time to build Enterprise 1101 will still be advantageous as a real, flight-worthy craft. Technology is sure to catch up. We may find that by the time we get the Enterprise built, the necessary technologies are just around the corner. The Enterprise mock-up is the next logical step in spaceplane development. Designed as a large vehicle with more passenger capability, more versatility for continuous improvement as they are developed, the Enterprise can be used for a much longer time and much broader tools for the advancement of space science. In the spirit of Star Trek, it gives us an opportunity to make something fun, useful, entertaining, financially self-sustaining, and beneficial to everyone involved. As a child growing up, I wanted to become an Air Force fighter pilot. I also dreamed one day of flying into space. Unfortunately, the Air Force doesn't accept applicants with extremely poor vision. I have always liked designing and building things. At the age of 12, I built my first Stingray bicycle. And at the age of 13, I designed my first recumbent bicycle. In that same year, I designed and built an electromagnetic piston engine, which to this day I have not seen matched or rivaled In 1991, a friend and I received a patent on an improved drive system for the recumbent bicycle market, and with our first prototype, made it into the pages of Popular Mechanics. I have over 25 years of experience in aircraft and aerospace manufacturing techniques. I hope to create the next building block towards space exploration. The Enterprise Federation Foundation see this next few years as a critical point of opportunity in which the course and the speed in which we progress our space science research and discoveries will be determined by private investment and donations by the community. We invite you to become a part of this great adventure. Thank you for listening.
You want to, you